All right, welcome everybody. We're going to be playing the Fire Harbor DLC in Fallout 4. If you're just joining us, we're currently level 48 on a heavily modded playthrough. And we're about to go start the DLC. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, where we stream every day, make sure you give us a Kappa in chat, or a Dan Hi, or Dan S if you're scared about Fire Harbor. It's a little scary. I just found this holotape right here. Let's see what it says.
Granddad, I know you can't hear this, but I can't think of a better way to say goodbye.
Damn it!
You taught
Come
me
in.
so much.
I know you're listening on the other end.
I won't
Where
forget any
is
of
she?
it.
Where is my daughter?
I'm
Kenji, please. You've been out this
sorry
for
that we'll
hours.
never be able to
Stop.
fix up the
You
old
need
clunker
sleep.
we've got
She's
sitting in the
out there
boathouse.
then. Someone has
Wherever
her.
you are,
Could be raiders or gunners or
I hope
God knows what else.
you're at peace.
Overlapping audio. Make a hard backup save just in case.
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves in.
Nick, thank God. You need to get to work right away. She could be hurt. She could be...
Whoa, slow down. Kenji, was it?
What the?
Why did you go over the details with me and my partner here?
You brought a partner? Good. The more eyes, the better.
So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Nick didn't tell you? Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back, searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat. Things didn't end well. We were double-crossed by the client once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Sorry things ended sour.
We got out. That's all that mattered. And now you can return the favor by finding my daughter.
Yeah, that's me. Lowly partner. I don't even get real business cards.
Right. Getting back to my daughter. It all started with this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No. She would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
Let's talk money. Investigations for the missing aren't cheap.
Sorry about this, Kenji. Expenses and all that.
Yeah.
Of course. How does 350 cap sound?
I mean, that's a good start.
If she went far, that means travel expenses.
We could make it 400.
Well, I mean, this is like, I gotta go far, I gotta kill things. I mean,
Don't hold out on me. You want to find your daughter, right?
500 caps. That's all we have.
yeah.
Do you have any idea where she could have gone?
We know she took one of the boats, but that's all. She could be anywhere.
Again, it's far harbor, not near harbor, so I got travel expenses.
We'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Don't worry, Kenji. We'll get to the bottom of this. Just sit tight.
All right, let's tell me about your daughter.
Mr. Nakano,
Did you have questions? About my daughter?
why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Ray. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her. Got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
Well, if she's in jeopardy, she could win like $100,000. It's not bad.
Anything more you can tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. She's my little girl, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
So she likes to fix stuff. But could she fix your marriage?
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away recently. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
Probably Bethesda game dev designing a quest. They took your daughter.
No more questions right now.
Work quickly, Detective.
Mrs. Nakano,
I suppose you have questions about my daughter.
you and your husband don't seem to agree about why your daughter left.
We both want to find her. The world out there isn't a place where you want to be alone. But Kenji still sees her swaddled in diapers. He doesn't see a young woman with her own decisions to make. Maybe because it's more frightening. She wasn't tricked into leaving without telling us. That was her choice. She didn't want us to follow. Why?
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? Maybe we... No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away. He was the only one that could really talk to her. Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
Tell me more about this radio your daughter was working on.
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
Do any of those settlements need help?
Nothing else right now.
Let's go check out her room, just to be sure. Project's lamps.
Project log, lamp. Yep, it's a lamp. Filament plus power equals light. I swear, sometimes I think my parents break these things just to keep me busy.
Right, this is Kasumi's room. Let's see if she left any clues about where she went.
Well, let's find aluminum so I can repair my shit. Let's see, radio.
Project log, radio. Correction, working radio. I'll finally get some news outside this house. My handle is going to be... let's go with... Ohm's Law. That should confuse the creeps.
What?
And if someone actually gets the reference, then we'll at least have circuitry in common.
Dreams.
Project log, dreams. Recording what I can remember when I wake up. I keep having the same one. I'm in a white room. People are talking about me like I'm not there, or maybe they just don't care. And then there's this, I don't know, jolt, like a spark of electricity to the back of my head, and then everyone turns to look at me. God, I hope I don't have it again tonight.
That sounds like she's in a lab room, and she's either connected to a machine or possibly a synth or aliens. Very suspicious. Lots of things, but it's just a dream. Could be nothing. Holotapes.
Hello? Testing? Project log. Holotape player. Managed to strip out the parts from this thing and make something that's easier to move around. Granddad always said you need to make a record when you start something. You know, in case you have to go back to it. So, I guess I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I should start with an inventory of all the parts I found?
Kasumi! Your father needs help with the boat.
Yeah, Kasumi.
I'll be right there. Oh, damn. Was I recording that?
She leaves his holotapes everywhere.
Project log. Kitchen mixer. The circuits are still good, but all the mechanical parts are rusted through. Maybe I can...
All right, everyone. I'll be back in a few days. Was there anything else we needed from the city?
I'll take
Wait,
bacon.
You're going now? No! Wait, Dad, I could come with you.
It is better if I go alone, Kasumi. Do not worry. I have your list.
You don't know what half that list is, Dad. I can help you. Really, I'll be...
I said no. I'm sorry. You're safe here, okay? Just stay put for me.
Okay.
Her dad's
I know
very
you're
overprotective.
disappointed, but I won't be long. I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
I started my new exercise routine today, doing a bunch of lunges. It's a big step.
Project log, Radiation King Television. Mom says these things actually used to broadcast pictures and sounds back before the war. She also mentioned that some of the ruins of the television studios are still around if you head to the city. Of course, she wasn't too happy when I asked if we could make a trip out there. I'm getting off track. I managed to repair the vacuum tubes and got the power working again, but, well, it's not like there's any working signal for this thing to receive. I'm just going to start stripping this thing for parts moving forward.
Let me check components. Adhesive, copper, definitely want copper. Lead, plastic, screws. We definitely need aluminum. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that thing over there. Plastic, steel, adhesive, bobby pin. I'll take that. Glue, fuse. Grandfather's note. Dear Kasami, if you ever get locked out of the safe, then the answer is here in the boathouse. Picture where the key is. Love, Granddad. Picture where the key... Picture? Is it literally behind a picture? Is there... You found a key hidden within the frame.
Now, let's see what's in that safe.
Aha! And inside is some adhesive and then a final holotape.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but... God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal, from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synths. Synthetic people. Made by the Institute.
What?
They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor.
She said it.
I can make my way to them from there.
Far Harbor.
Have you finished your investigation? Did you find anything?
Yes.
I need to ask you an important question. Are you sure your daughter is human?
What kind of question is that? Why are you
Answer
asking?
the question.
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Are you a synthetic?
That's how synths work, Mrs. Nakano. They replace people. This could have happened recently.
I know my own daughter. She's not a synth.
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. Did you find where Kasumi went, Detective?
I think Kasumi took off somewhere up north. Do you know what's up there?
Where specifically? I've been up the coast, almost to where the waters start to freeze, but that's a lot of miles.
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. You have to go after her. Please, take my other ship on the dock outside. My father's design. It has a guidance system, and it is built for distance.
What can I expect out there, Kenji?
I only made the trip to Far Harbor once, when I was a boy. All I remember is that my father did not want to stay long. Something about the air being bad.
What can I expect out there, Kenji?
I only made the trip to Far Harbor once, when I was a boy. All I remember is that my father did not want to stay long. Something about the air being bad.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. And here, the payment we discussed. I'll have something more when Kasumi is safely back home.
I know it'll be hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Fine, Kasumi. Please.
Okay. Let's go. There it is. Seemed pretty bad. So I just hit this button and we'll just end up in Far Harbor. Oh boy. Vehicles coming to Fallout 5. Oh, you can't even jump in here. Takes 9 hours of real-world time to get there, like by boat. Ooh. That's a long trip. Creepy. sounds.
Ease up, Alan. Not visitors.
Mainlanders ain't nothing but trouble.
Put the damn gun down.
Let's make a backup save. Who are you?
Hey there.
Are you lost? This is Far Harbor. We don't get many visitors around here.
We don't need no freeloaders or more help, Mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole town. And that means strangers are welcome. Sorry, you've caught us during a difficult time. But Alan's got a point. Not all visitors have good intentions. So, what's your business here?
I'm just coming through to kill everybody, take all your loot, sell everything for bottle caps, buy a bunch of drugs, and then get high and go party in Nuka World. You know, the usual.
What is this place?
Well, in ancient times, this used to be a tourist town. My people have lived here and on the island for generations. But now everyone's crowded onto the docks, just trying to survive another day. We have more than our fair share of problems. You aren't here to add to them, are you?
I don't know how to add.
A young woman from the Commonwealth named Kasumi may have passed through here. Her family hired me to find her.
Some sort of detective, huh? Well, she came through here all right.
At least we know she made it this far.
Damn it.
What's that bell?
Mariners ain't coming.
Something's coming through the fog!
You, help us defend the town and I'll answer any questions you have. Take a post at the top of the wall near the main gate. The hull never lets us down. Now follow me! Be careful on the hull, stranger. Don't fall off. If you do, we might not be able to rescue you in time.
Uh-oh. I don't know what that means, but it sounds scary. Am I getting...
Man the hull! Something's out there.
What?
You sure you saw something?
This ain't a drill!
What are we looking for?
The hell?
Eyes peeled, everyone!
What's out there?
The gate! Open the gate! I've got wounded out here!
Mariner? There's no time. Look to the fog. They're coming.
Gulpers!
Oh, God! Defend yourselves!
Ready all! Fire at will!
Who's Will? Oh God, gulpers! Frick, what the hell are those?
Hunters! Look out!
We can all still walk away from this.
Come on, get him!
Nicely done.
They're like little dinosaurs. What the hell? Are we good? Did we kill them all? Defend the hall is not done yet.
Avery.
Your help won't be forgotten.
It's over.
No. Eyes on the fog. Something's coming.
What? Oh my God! No! Goddamn anglers!
Look at all the blood.
We're clear.
All right. Well done, all. Open the gate.
creepy. So there's anglers and gulpers. I'm just gonna go over here and just, you know, loot the bodies because gulper innards. So they're like lizard frog thingies. And then anglers. Ooh. Ooh, anglers look cool. Angler meat. Super cool looking. I believe all these enemies make it into Fallout 76. And then some more on top of that. Hello.
Captain.
And now you see what we're up against. The fog and the creatures it spits out have taken the whole island from my people. But for your help when we needed it, you deserve this.
Bottle cap. Ma'am, can you come over here?
What's the fog?
Where to begin? The fog's radioactive, right? But there are pockets of it, the deep fog, that are hard fallout. And as deadly as that is, that's only part of the problem. Things live in the fog, thrive. You think what attacked the harbor's bad? Oh, there's far worse further inland.
You've lost the whole island?
Oh, the fog's been here forever. There are good years when it recedes and the island's almost normal. Then there are times when it spreads all over, and people have to cling to any patch of land free of the fog. For the past, 8 years or so, it's been getting as bad as it's ever been. Now, Far Harbor's one of the only places left that's safe.
If you managed to survive despite all that, you must be tough.
Ornery, more like.
Hey, ma'am.
Done
I don't like
behind
you
your
like
damn
that.
hull, Avery. Time you let me deal with the real problem. With the right people and my guns, I can end those Children of Adam cultists for good.
The fog's been here forever. The children didn't make it.
Before the Rat Eaters came, the fog was under control. They come, and it all goes wrong. It's time we do something.
No need to burden the stranger with all this nonsense.
What's the deal with the Children of Adam?
They're religious folk. Worship the power of Adam. Which is radiation, I guess. If you want details, you'd have to find and ask them. We used to have a peace with them until a certain hothead menace named Alan Lee...
Now that's enough. That preacher came into the harbor saying that it was Adam's will that we lost our land. That it was Adam's goddamn will that we lost so many friends and family. And that the Atom would wipe this whole place clean of us.
If it were up to me, you'd hang for what you did to that preacher, Alan.
Wait, what?
What did he do to the preacher?
Alan pulled a gun on him. He claims the preacher reached for his. We don't have police, or really any law, just custom and popular sentiment. And after everything the preacher said, it was abundantly clear doing anything to Alan would have made matters worse.
Have the children made the fog worse?
Absolutely not. There's not one bit of evidence.
Nick, are you far away so we can't hear you?
Geiger counters don't lie, Avery. The fog's gotten more lethal year over year. And now the fog's covering the whole island. But only after the children came.
You know as well as I do that's happened before. Sure, people have theories that children are involved, but no one, and I mean no one, has proof.
Can we get back to business?
Sorry for all that. You're here for Kasumi, right? She headed inland to the synth refuge, Acadia. Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
What's Old Longfellow's story?
He's the best hunter on the island. Fearless. Some say crazy. If someone needs to get to Acadia, he's the only one that'll do it. But people around here are known for being stubborn, willful, and other less flattering things. But Longfellow's got a reputation even among us.
What can you tell me about Acadia?
Ask Longfellow. He's the only one that's been there.
Thanks for the info.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
Aw, well, thank you, proper lady. So many people never say thank you. It sounds to me like there might be side quests around here. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the bait shop. If you need any odds and ends, I'm your man.
Do you have any apprentice bait or anything above that?
What's your story?
Just a guy trying to make a few caps. Speaking of which, buying anything?
Let's trade.
Of course.
Meat hook. Ammo. I will take all your ammo, sir. Shotgun shells, yes. Thank you. I have anti-parasite. You need that. Rad away. Could use a couple of those. I'll sell you some hardcore drugs. Seems fair. His face right here looks creepy. Like, hey, you doing some trades? I like trading. So cool. Do you want to be my friend? I think we would be best friends. Critical synth component. Stinger. Scabber mags. I'll take the caps. It's so creepy. His face is so bulgy too. Like.
Everywhere. It's coming. Oh.
What's coming? What's coming?
Jean. No. No.
Andre.
Please. No. Must find. Mon Dieu. Please. No. Must find. Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu, that's my something.
Hey, Andre.
Okay. Gross. Consultation note. Dr. Wright, this is my third try to send word back. The other boatmen refuse to go to your island anymore. Let me know if this letter arrives unopened. Not so sure about this new lady. I wish I had better news, but your assessment of the patient is correct. They're digging through the university archive. Even in the old world, there weren't any solutions to specified problem. Nothing in remotely approaching clinical trials. I doubt our mutual friend has any better news. Again, regrets. Is everything okay over there? We keep seeing islanders coming through. They tell disturbing stories. If you ever seek to leave, my friends, and I would eagerly welcome you. Things get too bad, either leave or send word. Badine.
Meaning no disrespect, Doc, but if he ain't getting better, Andre promised me his gun. I got a writ for it right here, all official.
You want his... what? Gun? His body's not cold yet. So what's his stays his until then.
Mr. Lee's lined me up a deal. More than enough caps to get off this cursed island. I need that gun.
A miserable rascal like you doesn't deserve to be on this island. You should be praying for your friend instead of reading up on his will. Now, get the hell out of my clinic.
Yeah, lady.
You another vulture circling over Andre's body? He ain't dead. Wait, no. It's a mainlander. Well, welcome to my little clinic. If you need doctoring, speak up. I wish I had time for some proper conversation, but our work's never done.
That sounds like a side quest.
I need some medical attention.
Came to the right place then.
Never mind.
Actually, never mind, Doc.
Take care.
Protect your loved ones.
Hey, Doc.
Need some doctoring?
Who's Andre?
Poor Andre is my patient over there. He spent too long a spell in the fog. You may think you know your mainland radiation poisoning, but we got our own special brand here.
I know a few things about medicine. Can I try to help him?
You say, what? You? Help?
Yeah?
Well, poor Andre's got it bad. Good as dead. Well, I suppose there's no harm letting you have a poke, but I'll be watching you.
Okay. Let's see if I can work my magic.
Let's take a look.
Andre is suffering from a prolonged severe radiation exposure. He's barely clinging to life. Intelligence 8+ or Medic 2 required to heal him. Improvise a treatment. Using blood plasma, Radaway, Prime Gaming subs, Dan P, and anesthesia, you manage to stabilize your patient.
Well, I'll be. I think you may have done it. I'll keep looking after Andre. But I think thanks to you, he's got a fighting chance.
Okay.
Teddy.
You here for doctoring?
What are you selling?
Let's trade.
Works for me.
Antibiotics is good. What else do I have? You want some drugs? You want some jet? Some Mentats? And that's it for now. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Make another backup save. Far Harbor. Hello, ma'am.
You're that mainlander who just got here. Better watch yourself, 'cause this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbor. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
Okay.
What family are you talking about?
I was just about to explain. My family, the Daltons, was the pride of Far Harbor for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich. But they got greedy, took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one by one. I'm the last Dalton still standing. But now our story takes an unexpected turn. A mysterious stranger comes to Far Harbor. Someone strong, someone capable. With the stranger's help, the last living Dalton finally has a chance to avenge her bloodline once and for all.
I still don't get how you're the last Dalton standing if you're sitting. But okay.
Wait. Are you saying that I'm the mysterious stranger who's gonna help you avenge your family?
You're a quick one. Good. You'll need your wits about you, because your part in the story is filled with danger. Now, on to the first chapter in our tale of vengeance. That would be the sad story of freckle-faced Petey. Petey was my cousin. He was a good lad, never caused trouble. He thought all those freckles brought him luck, but, well, not so much. He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sicked some feral ghouls on him. Island's a sneaky bastard when it wants to be. Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from his injuries that night. Of course, those ferals are still out there, waiting to kill the next poor fool who comes along. Damn shame that.
She's very dramatic.
Where did you say these ghouls were?
National Park Campground. It's pretty much straight west of here.
Those ghouls are as good as dead.
Good, good. It's long past time those shamblers paid for what they did to Petey.
Right. Creepy lady is creepy. The last plank. She's very slow and dramatic when she talks about what she's saying. Whoa!
Everyone!
What?
We're trying to have a conversation here.
What?
Shut your mouths, open your damned ears! So the fogs are coming for us all, and I can't see any better way of greeting it than to have another round. On the house!
Yeah!
Hey, you mind keeping an eye out for a
Party!
second?
Here's some
On a
mitts!
diagnostic. Whew. Thanks. What'd I miss?
Hi.
Mainlander, today's your lucky day. Free beer for ya!
Free beer? The best day ever?
You have anything a bit stronger?
Pushing your luck, are ya? Ha! I like it. Take this, top shelf all around. So, drink up. You stay here over long and the fog will claim you. Might as well meet her with a belly full of fire, eh?
What's so special about the fog on the island?
Can you feel it? Even here, as safe as anyone can be on this damned island. It's alive. You walk inland and it'll blanket you up in no time. And if the clickety-click of the Geiger don't get you, the madness will. The island will claim us all in the end.
The fog can drive you crazy?
Yes, it's not natural. The trappers you find inland, some were always murderous louts. But many just got lost in the fog for too long. And the mind goes. If you have any sense, return where you came from. And don't look back.
This sounds like a pirate tale of danger and mystery.
If it's so dangerous, why do you stay?
This is our home. If you call yourself a proper man or woman, you don't give up on that. Besides, we all gotta die. Might as well do it with your long knife deep in the belly of the beast that wronged you. Ha!
Okay.
Not today.
More for the rest of us.
Thanks, I guess. Harborman, Harborwoman, Debbie, hello.
If you need a room, see Mitch.
Hey, Debbie.
What's your order, sweetie?
The fog. With whiskey.
Do you need a wet wipe or something? Your face is a little... Okay.
What do you have to drink?
All sorts of old world booze. We carry Vim, too. And before you ask, Vim is an Islander favorite. But it may pack more punch than the stuff you're used to.
Not today.
Well, don't loiter too long, then.
Sorry. Hello. Ooh, Islander Almanac.
Hell yeah.
You collect an issued Islander Almanac, you unlock points of interest map markers across the island.
Not enough folks value keeping the old CPU sharp.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia.
Heard there was a scuffle out there. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leading people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
This island doesn't seem all that long.
Can you tell me about Acadia?
Strange folk like there. Call themselves synths. Seems to me they just want to be left alone, to live their life in peace. They've done some good turns for us islanders. The fog condensers, most especially. Wouldn't even be a Far Harbor left without those.
What's a fog condenser?
The condensers are a tricky bit of science. They keep the fog away. Powered by the wind farm, the synth fellows got up and running. Us islanders don't particularly like being obligated to them. But there you have it.
Some parents are worried about their runaway daughter. She went to Acadia, and I need to find her.
If someone's headed for Acadia, there's always a story. Yours worth dying over, huh?
The runaway's name is Kasumi. You, know about her?
Sounds like Captain Avery's been running her mouth again. She should know better than to stick her nose where it's not wanted. Maybe I heard of her, maybe not.
Well, I unfortunately have very high charisma, sir.
This girl's all her family has. You'd have to be a real wretch not to give a damn.
Bah. This goes against all reason. But I can get you to Acadia. But you've got to listen to me. Go where I say, when I say it. Still won't be easy. You stock up on your necessities, Rad X and the like. And then the real work can begin.
Should I make any other preparations?
Ammo, stimpaks, maybe a rocket or three. Worse than Myra lurks out there.
I need to take care of a few things.
Handle your necessities, then off with you.
All right, I'll go try to find. I'll try to find the bare necessities. Just the bare necessities. The bare necessities of life. There should be one more quest giver over here. Hello there.
The hull took a battering, to be sure. But she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner, shipwright, handyman, and the only one keeping the harbor afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
Why doesn't anyone help you?
Each harborman is the captain of his own ship. Worked fine for generations on the homesteads. Your land, your rules. But when the island pushed them onto my dock, one by one, the ungrateful bastards expect me to look after my land, even though they're squatting on it, like wretches.
If it's that bad, why put up with it?
I couldn't very well toss them back into the fog, could I?
You could.
Bad luck, that. Surely their spirits would haunt me to my grave. And that's a fact.
The town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails.
Maybe.
But there is... I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by. 450 caps if you can, though.
That's a good start, but I feel like I deserve more.
So I'd be risking my life for only 450 caps.
I'm a bit short on caps. But I have old Jimmy's shotgun I can give you. Heavens no, he can't use it anymore.
True.
You've kept the walls together this long. Why do you need special tools now?
I want to build the hull up proper. Make it strong. And keep those blasted crabs out. For good.
Do you have, problems with crabs, ma'am? They have ointments for that now.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagle's Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there. Now get.
Get the power tools.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Get them while they're in stock. Bait shop's got everything you need.
Anything else around here? Need a question? Old letter. Olympia. My mom passed last year and I'm running the homestead. I could really use your help. I know how Ma did it alone all those years. Fog's getting closer to the gates day by day. This keeps up, I don't know what I'll do. Please just come home. Your family needs you. Danny. Oh, hey, ma'am.
If the fog doesn't get us,
I hope the harbor's being
storms
good
will.
to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
You know of anyone that could use some help?
It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
What exactly do you need help with?
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us, and I'm afraid they might have got him, too. I was hoping you might go have a look. If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
Am I gonna need any tools or parts if I have to make these repairs on my own?
The fog condensers need their power modules replaced, but Howard took the only spares we had. Either way, you're gonna have to find him first.
Do I have to loot his dead body? Ew.
What exactly are these fog condensers? How do they work?
Well, I'm no engineer, but the way it was explained to me, each fog condenser pulls in the air around it and then condenses it into liquid. The point being, the fog doesn't get past them. They make a barrier
like
that protects
vaping.
the town. No fog means that all the nasty things living in it stay in it. They don't venture out too often. The fog's their home, I guess. The fog condensers eat up a lot of power, but we've got a wind farm that takes care of that. As long as the turbines stay charged, we stay safe.
All right, I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer.
Safe passage.
Food in front.
Anyone else have a quest for me? I'm a NPC. I'm a player, I mean. Looking for some quests. Anyone got a proper name? Anyone got a quest? Sandra
Children of
Lee.
Adam are trying to kill us all. Drive us into the ocean.
Sandra.
Mariner says the fog's alive. Can hear you. So mind what you say.
The hull needs mending.
Hey, Alan.
It just don't build itself.
The mainlander.
I need proper.
Great.
Never look a
Fire your
trapper
gun a
in
few
the
times
eyes.
and you think you're some
They're
sort of hero?
Something else.
This is our fight. Our island. Not yours.
Why are you such a dick?
Don't you want a helping hand?
Hell no. Once you start leaning on people, soon you can't walk no good on your own. What happens next time when you ain't here, huh? Or the next? Either us harbormen survive on our own terms, or we take the long walk together. So if you're here to buy some ordnance, do your business. Otherwise, take the first boat out of here, before the children of Adam or worse get you.
You are an edgelord.
What's your problem with the children of Adam?
We should have gunned those bastards down the moment they set foot here. Instead, we let them in. And all in secret from wherever they're holed up. They've been feeding the fog. Getting it stronger. Strong enough to push us all out of our homesteads. Further and further until it's a wonder we're not all drowned in the ocean.
You have any proof that they've fed the fog?
Proof? We wait for that and we might as well pull the trigger ourselves. Look, in my daddy's time, the fog was a nuisance. Something you avoided. Now every day it gets stronger. It's like the fires of hell out there. Because of the children.
You sound paranoid.
Show me what you got.
You got it.
The fish catcher. Admiral's friend deals double damage if the target is at full health. Harpoon gun. Shoots harpoons. Interesting. Huh. Bowler hat, lab coat. Lots of shotgun shells. I'll take those. Take the 5.56. Take the 308s. 51 harpoons. I know your harpoons look kind of not great. They do a lot of damage though. try one out
I'll be damned if I give up on taking back my land.
So this fog is like apparently very radioactive, and also apparently makes people go crazy. What the fuck? What is that?
Stim packs, fully stocked.
Why is there a mirelurk in there in the boiling water? Are you guys steaming it for dinner? That's interesting.
I hope no more of you mainlanders are coming. It scares the fish.
Everyone is
In
so
the deep fog,
distrustful of
there are
mainlanders.
things out there.
Well, hello.
Tony? Do you want to talk about Frosted Flakes? No?
What makes you think I want to talk to you?
Hello?
Hey, Bertha.
You still here for some reason?
No?
Hi.
Don't talk to Bertha. She's crazy.
This would be a perfect spot for Frosrota! You would go... Oh god, that fog is so close. Alright,
You
well,
talked to Cassie Dalton? Shame what happened to her family.
Gassy Dalton? Okay, safe passage. Well, that one quest is right outside the door here, so
All
let's
your
go.
medical and food needs.
Let's go try to find
You
Howard.
ain't armed. You ain't long for this world.
All right, Howard.
Buy my guns now.
He should be somewhere out in this fog. But where? All right, let's go ahead and pop a Radix. This looks like this fog is extremely radioactive. Not seeing any enemies yet, but still early. They did a great job with this DLC. It looks cool. What's over here? Oh dear God, no! Clear. Frickin' Mirelurks.
Looks like Howard didn't make it.
Oh, Howard.
I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
Poor Howard. They sent him out without a weapon? That's mean. Here, go out without a weapon into the fog and that will kill you slowly. With a bunch of enemies that want to chomp you and snap you with their little claws. Alright, next one's here. There's one up this way. That's Howard though. Wait, is that lootable? The Blight. Alright, last condenser. Alright, is that all working? Uh-oh. Ah, more Mirelurks.
You playing hide and seek?
Boom. Well, looks like that quest is done. Any other quests nearby or along the way? Looks like no. Except for the campground quest over there. Looks like there's some sort of drive-in over here on the right. Curious what that is. Go check it out and see if anything's inside. Now, they just said to repair the condensers, not the water things. Beaver Creek Lane. Oh, it's a bowling alley. I need to invite my cousin to go bowling.
Sorry,
Yeah, just stay back. Uh-oh. Impressive maneuvers. Great min tats. I'll take those. Probably gonna be full of ferals in here. Beaver Creek Lanes. Hopefully there's some working bowling alleys, because bowling is fun. I always played bowling with hard mode, though. They put these big things on the sides, and then so you can't get your ball in the holes for extra points. And you just go and they just smack the things on the end there. Got him. Yep, being able to shoot locks is something added by a mod. Prevents you from having to do the minigame 40,000 times.
Good
Still based on your
riddance.
lockpicking skill, though. Dead, dead, dead. Ooh, Nuka-Cola Cherry. Vim Refresh. Vim. Don't know what the hell Vim is. Oh no, what happened here? Terminal. League standing rules and schedules. Bar Harbor League rules. League handicap works as follows. 220 minus the bowler's raw average times 0.9 equals handicap. We're trying out including a negative handicap at the request of our reigning champion to give everyone an equal footing and providing extra challenge for top-level players. 2078 Bar Harbor League standings. Who gives a split? Neanderballs. Holy Rollers. Kingpins. Alley Cats. Unbelievable. Scared Splitless. Time to Spare. Pushpins. Gutter Dusters. Oh my god, those are amazing. Neanderballs. Steven Lab. Say this got corrupted. Okay. Average of 98 pins. Wow. Madison Young sucked horribly at that game. Employee memos. Vim machine being marked out of order. I brought up several times during staff meeting, but this is the 5th time this year that Vim machine has stopped working. The repair guy said that this time someone shoved gum into the dollar slot. Jan at the Bar Harbor Museum said she was having a similar problem with vandalism, and only with Vim machine. If you notice any suspicious behavior from patrons near the machine, let Mark, Matt, or Daisy know right away so we can ban the person responsible. Mark spilled the beans about the going away party, and I just want to say I'm really flattered, guys. Working here with all of you has been one of the best parts of my life, and I hope I'm going to miss you a lot when I'm deployed. Don't know where they are sending me, but I know my ship is leaving out of Hawaii, so I'll send you all some pineapples if you promise to try not to bowl with them. Mrs. Miller's bringing her famous fried fiddleheads for the party, so we need to know how much to buy. So make sure people know to RSVP. Tom Davis, private first class, 2076 Bar Harbor Lowling Bee champion. Totals lady, man, stop it, Dace. I can write whatever I want. You can't stop me. Update on Thomas. Hey guys, I talked with Daisy. She wanted me to pass along what she found out. This is what she heard from her aunt and uncle, so I don't really have much to go on. other than what I was told. Apparently his destroyer went down sometime in April, around when he stopped sending us postcards. But the Navy is being really tight-lipped about what happened. He was MIA till about 2 weeks ago, but they were waiting to contact his parents till they knew if he was going to pull through or not. Good news first. He's alive, and they're sending him home with a medal for bravery and honorable discharge. We don't know exactly when, but it sounded like sometime this year. Okay, now the bad news. Thomas is in some kind of spinal injury, and the doctors say he'll never be able to walk again. He may never be able to bowl again either. Daisy's gonna be out for a couple more days, but she wanted me to tell you that thanks for being there for her and for keeping up hope. Mark Wilson, assistant manager. Aw, that's sad. Kenoi, thank you for the 31-month resub. Appreciate that. And thank you, Jackster, for the resub. AT Creepers, East News Full, Z-Boop, Noisy Pixel, Litro Haze, Zoduil, Forfane. Thank you guys, and Dan OMG. Sorry about all the mess and commotion in the dining area, everyone. Matthew and I talked with Mr. Clark, and he's not going to sue. He understands it was a mishap. He wasn't hurt, just shook up. All of his games and half of his beer tab are on the house till further notice. The insurance adjuster will come by sometime tomorrow and may ask you some questions regarding the hole in the accident. Just let him know that Matthew and Mark were working on repairing the mechanism from one of the ball returns and it went haywire. And better news, we have gotten word that Thomas will be returning early in December. Mark and I are working on building a temporary ramp for his wheelchair till Matthew can get a permanent one installed. On the plus side, I guess you could say the launcher was a success, so may be able to get our league champion back in the lane after all. After a few more tweaks, of course. Davy Davis. Thank you, Duck Fudge. Thank you for subbing with Prime Gaming. Yes. As a first-time sub, chat would like to know what's going to be your first ever subscriber emote. What's it going to be? Decisions. 1019, close till further notice. The structural engineer said the building is unsafe, but we won't know if it can be repaired or if the whole building has to come down till the debris is cleared out. Talking with the insurance company to see if there's any sort of emergency wages we can get for you, but they're fighting me pretty hard. I'll gather up as much as I can out of your lockers and bring them and your final paychecks to the coffee shop tomorrow at noon. Add a little extra to your checks. I wish it could be more, but it's all I've got till the insurance pays out. Mark, Days, and I will give you all references if you need to find other work. I don't know how long the lanes are going to be closed, but don't think we're giving up. We're doing a fundraiser or something if we have to. When we reopen, we'll be happy to have any of you back. Matthew Stevens, General Manager. Dan Duck! Ooh. That's a quacking awesome choice. What a nice manager. The manager of this place was super nice. I've never had a manager that nice. Sounds like he cares about the employees, give them extra money and stuff. Man, all my managers would like give you a third degree if you wanted to take a day off. God forbid. Your grandma died. What? Don't you have another one? You want to take a day off? No. It's really inconvenient for the company if you're taking a day off because someone died. You should have planned that out and requested a day off 2 weeks in advance. Sorry, I didn't know she'd be dead. Uh-oh. Let's have a refreshing beverage. Refreshing beverage. Drinky drink. Where's that music coming from? Uh-oh. Take it. Wait, fog ghoul? There's a different kind of ghoul?
I don't think we're alone. There.
You don't think we're alone? Did the ghouls attacking us indicate that we might be alone?
Charmer.
You're a great detective. You know that? Nothing gets by you. I think there might be ferals in here. Yeah, Nick, we killed 30 of them. That's kind of how that works. So apparently one of these returned. Oh, God! That goes to the fact that legally, if you need to take off for medical or family reasons in the U.S., it's your problem. In most of the rest of the world, it's the employers, because other countries made laws to that effect. Oh, so in other countries, you guys have laws so that if someone like dies or you have a family emergency, you get to take time off. It's like one of your rights as an employee. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Here in the U.S., it's like, how dare you take time off? I told my boss that I was going to take a day off the other day, and they were like, "You can't take day off, Kappa. We want you to play more Fallout." Like, please, boss, can I take a day off? No! You will play more Fallout! Kappa! Hot dog. Vim. Oh, hi. I found a pretty cool mod for on Wabajack for Oblivion. So I might try that soon. See how that feels. Fusion core. Nice. Ruined textbook. Goodbye. Yeah, it uses a mod that's kind of like enhanced vanilla. How dare you? It's weird, all these subway tokens, but there's no subway. Especially on this island. Anyone in the bathroom? What the fuck was happening in here? Just gonna close that door back. Okay. I don't know what that was. Whoever made Fallout UI, or whatever the name of this UI mod is, needs to be hired by Bethesda. It's a really good UI mod. So much better than vanilla. Yeah, Fallout UI is like good quality shit that they need to hire them. Because it's very good. Trapper.
I think they're gonna have to forfeit their deposit.
You're just so funny, Nick. Abraxo plasma cartridge. Purified water. Bottle cap. Dirty water. I saw an amazing magic mod that had an incredible amount of content. Awesome. Yeah, usually they make some really good mods out there for these games. It's good to hear that Bethesda is hiring people that make mods. Like
Nice.
They just hired someone that's working on Fallout London. They're hiring that person to get them to join, and another person was offered a job and declined it. So they're hiring the modders to make the game. Ah! Sorry, Nick. They're working on they're hiring modders to make the game. Imagine if they made the game the way it is originally. Like, imagine if they made the vanilla game the same as it is modded years later. Imagine if it started out that way. Hold on, I need some more copium. Imagine if it started where it was like the way modders make it, instead of ending it having to be modded over the course of years to make it that way later. When it started that way. And then modders went on top of it to make it even more awesome.
We're getting along.
Carrying too much and cannot run, Nick.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. Why do you have so many? Okay. These are very important things you need to hold for me, Nick.
Come on.
A phone. The striker.
Perfect.
Bowling ball launcher. 50% chance to cripple the target's legs. Ooh. A bowling ball launcher. Huh. Interesting. The striker bowling ball launcher. Oh my god, that's amazing. And then a chance to break their limbs. Oh, I see what happened. They fired the bowling ball and went shooting through the wall and nearly killed the guy. They were making this for their friend.
Don't think I can pick this.
Who was fortunately crippled by injuries in the war, so that he could play bowling again. That's so sweet.
Got it.
And now I can kill monsters with it. Yay! Everyone wins. Play tape.
Gotta record this so as I don't forget later. After we closed up for the night, Matt and I split a couple of pictures while cleaning the pin setters, and we got to talking about Thomas. I just can't believe he's gonna be stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And now, he ain't never gonna have the chance, to pull that perfect game he's been so close to. So it's like 2:45, and we're shooting the balls back up the return and checking the motors and all, and we get this really good idea. Well, Thomas's arms still work, so maybe we could use one of them ball returns, but hook it up to a stronger motor and mount it on a board or something. He could launch the balls out of it, and down the lane, it'd be like an awesome bowling gun. Yeah.
But what if the power is so intense that it launches him backwards in the wheelchair? That would be sad. No luck with the ball return. Okay, so Mark and I had to scrap the lane return launcher idea. Getting the wheel up to the speed we wanted was just sanding flat edges into the balls. That threw off the balance and was ruining them. We were talking with some of the old timers, and Jacob said we should just get one of them Fat Man catapults and use that. So we talked to a guy who knew a guy that knows a guy. To cut to the chase, we're out a couple tanks of gas. We found an old surplus center out in the Willy Wax. Not sure if that's entirely legal, but we're only going to kill pins with it. So what the hell, right? That was close. So first, the good news. The launcher's working. We were having trouble with the balls getting caught in the launch tube, but shaving down the ball, the polyurethane on the balls a smidge and putting a fresh cone of wax polish as it launching them wicked fast. Bad news is that we forgot to reduce the tension springs, and the first ball we launched flew straight through the wall in the office and stoved in a table in a dining area. Damn near took out Mr. Clark with it. Knocked him clean out of his chair. But turned the power down a bit before giving it to Thomas. Also, every ball he uses will have to be altered to work with the launcher. but it shouldn't be too hard to do. I just got a schematic to make modified balls. Grenade, healing mine, set it. Utility, modified bowling ball, acid, oil, and then bowling balls. Well, we definitely got bowling balls downstairs. Just need some acid now. Junk. Acid is on my list. So we just find some acid. I'm curious how well this thing works against stuff. Bowling ball launcher seems fun. The damage seemed kind of low though, so I don't know. May not be the best. Just need some acid, blues. Bowling balls. Bowling up. Dog meat.
Hey.
Dog meat. Oh my god, you're full of stuff too. Damn.
Hey.
Can you hold some more stuff for me, please? It'd be very nice if you could do that. Thank you. Those are heavy. So heavy. I do have the accelerator on, don't I? Just haven't been using it.
I'll see what I can do.
I can't do much of that acid, though, unfortunately.
Heads up.
Do something for you?
Yeah, can you hold my 8-pound balls? Because they too heavy for me. Thank you. Gotta find acid. So I can modify my balls to be nice and smooth so they'll work on the launcher. Let's hope that this gun is worth it, though. Might be a little too weak. But I'll fire one to see how it goes. Hold on, sir. Okay, it's funny. Not super practical, but it's funny. It does break their legs. The goal was to break their legs. It does do that well. Plastic, wood. No problem with this gun is way too heavy. I wonder if it works on something like a behemoth or a deathclaw. If it, like, for sure cripples the limb when you smack him with it. That's pretty good. Acid. It was right there the whole time. Okay, Nick. 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 Oh, you can pick up the balls? Ooh. You can pick them back up? That makes it more interesting. Let's see. Oh, it's using the companion whistle. It'll make him show up. There you are.
Heads up.
I'm listening.
I need my balls, please. Craft modified bowling ball. You can pick up the bowling ball again? Yeah, I don't see the bowling ball anywhere. Kind of vanished. Nowhere. It rolled down to the pit? Is it down here somewhere? Oh god, trying to find my balls amongst all this junk would be really hard though. Like needle in a haystack. Fun though. What a fun little zone with a fun little weapon. That's cool. I know, I misplaced my balls. Damn. Well, I'll shoot a Mirelurk to see if it works on Mirelurks and stuff. Let's see. I have parasites, so let's get rid of parasites with my. And then I have fatigue. Do I have a stimulant? I do. Perfect. And then I need to drink and eat. Sugar bombs. Purified water. How about some jerky? Nom 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 nom. Alright, let's go back to Fahaba. Over to the left. That's pretty far. We'll get there eventually.
Need it? Bait shop's got it.
Alright, where are you, ma'am? I need to turn in my quest. Save passage.
Brooks is a mainlander, too.
Those fog condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
He died trying to get those condensers fixed. The man is a hero.
Yes. Yes, he is. I'll make sure we remember him as such. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Captain, nobody's going to want to help you out unless you're prepared to pay a fair wage.
Well, I can't argue with that. I suppose I could spare a little more. I can give you 250 caps.
Keeping everyone supplied with water is worth a lot more than that.
You drive a hard bargain, Mainlander. I'll give you 300 caps.
Well...
Howard Dunbar died trying to get this job done. His life was sure as hell worth more than that. So is mine.
You're squeezing blood from a stone, stranger. I can give you 400, but not a cap more. Now, here's your pay. Gotta start making arrangements for Howard. So I'll say goodbye.
Captain,
I hope the harbor's being good to you?
you know of anyone that could use some help?
The Mariner and Cassie Dalton are the only leads I have.
Okay.
What's there to do in town?
Brooks sells general goods. Teddy Wright's in back of his shop, and he can patch you up if you need it. Besides that, the Last Plank's a popular stop for booze and what have you. And lastly, well, if you need a gun, see Alan Lee.
What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock used to belong to the Mariner, when the fog started getting thicker. Family by family, homestead by homestead, people were kicked out of their homes inland. The Mariner was kind enough to let people stay. The harbor just kind of grew out of that charity.
I have to go.
Be well.
Do you have any more caps, by the way? I could use some more caps. It would be lovely if I could have a few more. You know, just a few more. I can open up a line of credit so she keeps adding more caps to the bill.
Again.
Ah, Tink didn't mean anything by it, Mitch.
Hey.
I swear,
You ready to
tales of
head to
menace.
Acadia?
Does she even know it's attached to her bleeding hide?
Let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me.
Let's go, Longfellow.
Fine.
Is there a settlement here I can dump all my resources into? Kind of run out of space here. Kind of need some place to put all my stuff.
Let's head out of town. Acadia is above the fog line on the mountain. It's a bit of a hike. You might want to take this for the road. Tastes foul as sin, but it'll help.
Mirelurk jerky. Poison resistance.
Need to drown your troubles? Talk to Mitch.
Where did you go?
At the last plank.
Food in front.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Back and back. The bait shop.
Don't let the island catch you off guard. Buy my guns.
We need to move through the main drag. Old Mountain Trail is where we're headed. The fog ain't like nothing you've seen in the Commonwealth. Mainlanders think a dose of Radaway is all you need. Tracks, fresh ones. Trappers ahead. When the bullets start flying, find cover. Keep your head down if you want to live.
Okay, where are we going? Trappers are just basically raiders. Bowling ball! Yeah! Take out the leg! Oh! Oh, yeah! Steer right!
Getting warmed up.
Where is his head? Go for it! Yeah! Woo! Oh! Got him! My ball, though! Oh, shit! No, it's wrong in the damn water! Son of a... Oh, God. This gun is not very practical, but it is fun. Whee! Oh,
This isn't over.
he's been disarmed. Okay, let me see if I can find my ball. Okay. Oh, there's one. Is there another one around here? Is it just that one? Oh, I see him up there. Trying to manually aim with this, just nope. Where'd he go? Did he run away? Aww. But ma'am. Adhesive. I think he ran away. Well, darn. Alright. Fine. That is not a dolphin. What the hell is that? Creepy.
Take them all.
Now, unfortunately, my balls are going to go everywhere, and I got to try to find where the hell they went. Got him! Got him. He gone. He was hiding.
You're not half bad in a scrap. Figured I'd have to take care of the lot of them. Might just make a proper Far Harborman out of you. See, the fog can do a number on you. Get you all turned around. Does something to your brain. Trappers were mean to begin with, but now...
Alright, well, let's see. Let's do 3, and then that will be 4.
What was that?
What was what?
Look sharp!
I got your back.
Pharaoh ghouls! Wait for it. Now! Woo! Oh no! Son of a...
What's next?
Yep, come back. Bottle caps. Oh my god, we have so many rats here. Take a refreshing drink as well.
Here's the mountain trail. We stick to this and we'll make it to Acadia.
Let's make a backup save.
Game trails crisscross the road, so don't be surprised if we got local wildlife to deal with.
Wildlife? Do you mean like squirrels or mire jerks? Purified water. Oh yes, that's a nice one. You can move around the pit bull. I never really explained that, but yeah, you can do that.
Time to earn that next drink.
Take that, Wolfie.
You ain't got a hope in hell.
Is he in the rock? Right in the face. Boom! Strike!
You like them puppies? We grow everything extra mean on the island. Still got a ways to go.
Yeah, his head went Dan. Pop!
stick to the deep fog. Best we steer clear, but you never know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what mod is making it less foggy in Far Harbor.
The whole island was covered in fog. The fog eventually rolled back. People resettled, but they got comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memories. All this has happened before.
I think it's just different weather patterns. One second. I guess there is clear weather. Fallout weather. Let's see. I think it's 017 01007 FBA. Zero one zero zero 7 FBA. That's not. FW is not working. They must have changed it. 01007 FB 74F5. Oh well. Well, I just looked in. There is clear weather for Far Harbor. It does go clear sometimes, even in vanilla.
It's you or me, and it got you.
Something out there.
Uh-oh. Oh god, they do it.
Pressure.
Jeez. Innards, Mirelurk, those gulpers are crazy, but they slither. Yeah, it's just RNG with the weather. Sometimes it goes clear. Ew, toilet. Ugh. Farrelgur. Flight. Hello there. Yeah, most DLC packs of Mob Jack can require all the DLC. It's on sale in the Steam sale, I think, right now for $13 to get all the DLC and the base game. Ah, nope.
That'll teach you.
Sorry, Nick, nearly shot you. Alright, let's go. Hello, Dolphin Chemist. I don't know, like, would you rather shit in an outhouse or in the woods, like behind a bush? I don't know what's worse. Because outhouses are just, ugh.
Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Who's she?
One of them children of Adam preachers. Started off as pests. Now they're more like a menace.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest of snakes. Beasts that subvert the will of Adam.
What's Acadia done to make you distrust them?
They supply Far Harbor with the means to turn back Adam's holy fog. You do well to avoid such creatures, and instead seek the only true master of this land.
All right, I'm listening. Tell me about Adam.
Tell you? Look around. You stride through his kingdom. A land blanketed beneath sacred fog. A land Adam has claimed for his children.
It's kind of messy,
and you
though.
may join our family if he deems you worthy.
Worthy? What do I have to do to join?
There is a ritual his children must perform. If you succeed, you will be rewarded with entrance into our family.
Right.
Okay. Sign me up.
Excellent. Head to the nucleus. There, Adam's plans for you will be revealed.
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move on.
Yeah, she's crazy, but I want to see what this crazy place is.
Acadia's not too far now.
Very weird. Oh, cults. Cults are always the same. Different places, different belief structure, but always the same in the end. Paper. Gold watch. What is this place? Ooh, it's a giant dome. I like big domes.
And we've arrived. Acadia's already been watching us for a good spell. If you want to talk with them, just go inside. They'll be waiting for you. You need my help again, you come see me.
Longfellow's
Got a
cabin.
just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
Leaving already? Don't you want to see what happens next?
You saying you want me to stick around and watch your back?
I can handle things from here.
Good luck in there. And I'm serious about the offer. You ever want to hunt the forests and waters of the island together, I could think of worse things to do.
Talk to the leader of Arcadia. According to the optional traits we saw in Starfield stuff, it's going to have a serpent cult. Well, I'm sure with that many planets, 1,000, there'll be some crazy religions and cults out there.
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
What are you?
I told you. I'm the old synth on the mountain. I know the plastic skin and tubes out the back can be unsettling, but I want to ask you to look past that. Tell me why you're here, and I'll try to help you.
Well, in that case, I want a Nuka-Cola, some stim packs, Kasumi Nakano returned to her family, and a pony.
A pony?
I see. I'm afraid some of those things I'm not in a position to give. Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed, and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own, and I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick? It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, if you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
Is this a joke? Do you really know Nick?
Let me tell you what I know, and you can judge for yourself. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only two prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
Ah, disk was full.
I've heard enough.
I see.
I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
Nick, is he really your brother?
If he is, it's news to me. Can synths even be related? Just because we're from the same assembly line, does that make us family? I gotta think about this.
Is it really possible that you wouldn't remember any of this?
You mean between the Institute failsafes, the beatings I've taken over the years, and plain old age? Or are you buying this whole "there's only so much room up there" argument? I don't know. It's not like we've got the instruction manual.
We'll talk later. This is a lot to take in.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a synth. If you could Indulge me with an answer.
Why are you asking?
Because she came here with that very question. And the answer changes every part of her world. None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie, that someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else. One more question, if you'll indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
How dare you utter that disgusting phrase, you... No! I'm a person, damn it.
How would I even know?
I'm afraid if you're looking for some biological test we can do, there isn't any. None that aren't fatal. Instead, you have to look for the signs, holes in someone's memory, feelings of unexplained isolation, odd dreams. But ultimately, you have to decide for yourself. What do you believe? Have you ever questioned your humanity?
No, but if I squint real hard in the mirror, sometimes I look like someone else.
I'm afraid when I try that trick, nothing really changes. I know it might seem impossible that you could be a synth, but tell me, what's the first thing you can remember?
I'm not gonna tell my life story to someone I barely know. Let's hear your answer first.
I was in a laboratory. In the Institute. They were pulling pieces of my head out. Something about wanting to test some neural process. That was every day for months. Strapped down. Operated on. And then I was out. The Institute has fail-safes to strip memories that could identify where they are, how to find them. But I do remember being quite content. I was free. That is my earliest memory. Now, yours?
I remember being in my house the day the bombs fell. We ran to the vault. We were frozen. I was the only survivor.
No memories before then? Just a single day, and then waking up alone? We so easily accept what's presented to us as the truth, don't we? Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that we will accept you, no matter what you decide you are.
I'm not a synth. End of discussion.
I understand. I won't pry any further. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase. Kasumi is usually working down below, whenever you wish to see her. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before you go?
Who are you? What's your story?
I came to this island over a century ago, hiding from my creators, the Institute. But after my escape felt secured, I was left with nothing. No programmed task, No false memories. I spent a year just sitting in a cave. Just sitting. One day, it finally occurred that maybe I could decide for myself what to do, who I was. I've been doing that ever since. Was there anything else?
What's with all the light bulbs and shit you shoved in your body there?
You should know, the Institute has been destroyed.
What? It's over? No more courser hunts? No more slavery?
It's over.
That also means the technology to make the synths is lost. Our origins have been buried. Not to mention the loss of human life. Sorry. I'm not going to judge the actions of someone who's wiped out a great evil. You have our gratitude. Is there anything else you need?
Do you know where PlayStation 5s are for chat? Some people in chat need them.
Tell me more about this place, Acadia.
All I want is to bring as many synths here as I can, and give them a chance to know what they really are. To embrace it. Beyond that, we just want to live in peace. I don't have any grand plans for expansion. Just existing as we are now is...
Not now, Oberlin Station!
enough. Was there anything else?
I'm part of a group that helps synths. The railroad.
Really? I don't understand why a group dedicated to helping synths would convince them through fear that their only option is to hide. Yes, they volunteer for the memory wipe. Yes, not knowing you're a synth makes it harder for the Institute to find you. But the cost, I know how frightening it is, the risk of capture. But sacrificing what you are, avoiding the true struggle to be accepted as our own form of life?
Are you saying you don't want the railroad's help?
It's not about that. It's about how you've let fear blind your cause.
I hadn't thought about it like that. I'm sorry.
So am I. Your heart is in the right place, and it's unfair of me to judge, while I enjoy relative safety from so far away. Was there anything else I can do for you?
So everyone here in Acadia is a synth?
Yes. Either they were escapees we managed to find before the Institute could, or they were victims of a mind wipe, and we revealed the truth to them.
Do synths age? I don't know if they ever talked about one. Do they ever age, or do they stay the same age forever?
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
Hello. American Ideas. Faraday, hello.
I was having a hard enough time keeping up with repairs before all this nonsense with the atom lunatics.
They're nothing you need to be concerned about.
It's not them. I'm concerned about you, DiMA. You can't solve all the world's problems. Certainly not all at once.
Dearest Faraday, relax. All will be fine.
Hello there.
So, you've talked to DiMA. You know why we're here. I certainly hope that you'll consider helping us. DiMA's vision is worth fighting for.
So, you're a synth?
I am. I hope that's not a problem for you. DiMA has worked hard to create a place for us where we can be safe from those who don't accept us. He's put so much of himself into this, all his time and energy devoted to helping others. He never stops to think of himself. Sometimes I worry about, well, if I wasn't here to make sure his equipment is all functional. And that's not even mentioning maintaining the fog condensers. So many things to keep track of.
So if you're a synth, you could change those ears, but you chose not to. Okay. That's a choice.
You do all this work yourself?
Mostly, yes. I get help from the others when I can, but no one else really understands DiMA the way I do.
Can you tell me about the fog condensers?
Oh, those? DiMA and I designed them when it became clear the fog was only getting worse. They're effective, but have such a limited range. DiMA insisted we provide them to the people of Far Harbor, and I'm so glad we did. Without the condensers, I'm not sure they'd have anywhere left.
DiMA looks like he's had a lot of work done.
Well, that's certainly an understatement. Between the two of us, we've made so many modifications. He was just a prototype, never built for all this. It took a lot to overcome the limitations of the original design and expand his memory. It really is remarkable, isn't it? He's overcome so much. He's become so much more than he once was. And all he thinks of is others.
If there's anything I can do to help out, just let me know.
Well, if you're determined to help, there is something you could do. It's likely somewhat dangerous, though, so I understand if you'd rather not. There's a boat along the coast of the island.
Danger is my middle name.
It was transporting some hardware we needed. Storage drives. The boat never finished the trip, you see. So the drives are still out there. I could really use them here for extra parts, if nothing else. My understanding is that the boat wrecked southwest of here. So, does this sound like something you could handle?
You can't spell Dan without danger.
What happened to the boat? Why didn't it make it?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Trappers, fog crawlers, there's no end to what's out there. And what might still be out there. The point is that we already lost someone once. And I don't want to see that happen again. So, are you up for it?
Why did the picture go to jail? Because it was framed. Thank you for subbing, Leper Messiah. Fezzy Plays, Tom Nook Jr., Judy Frost, Diablo, Little Berry Man. Thank you for those subs and resubs, guys.
Are we
Diablo
done talking then? I'm confused.
I'm reading sub messages, sir. Diablo says, love the Fallout 4 stream. Keep up the good job. Thank you. GD Frost says, bereavement. We offered at my company. Tom Nook Jr. says, Dan Nook. Fezzy Plays says, thanks guys for so much fun. And then Leper Messiah says, Rare Dan.
Did I confuse you?
And Lubrical says, less than 3, resubbing for 18 months.
Sure thing, Faraday. I'll get the drives for you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. I will go find the data. Now, where are the other synths that have quests for me? Oh, hello there.
Hey there.
You track Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
So, you're saying you could have done a better job of it? Didn't know it was a competition?
Yes, absolutely. Acadia is a safe haven for synths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it. Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what. Understand?
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after.
You worked
I know
at
the Institute's tactics, and use that to my advantage. You have DiMA's blessing, so by all means, make yourself comfortable.
Ah, so much better. Okay, thank you.
So...
I used to be a courser, returning synths that had escaped from the Institute. I was tracking a synth and instead found DiMA. He convinced me of the truth and the error of my ways. I rejected the Institute, made sure they couldn't track me, and dedicated my life to instead helping synths find freedom.
So, what's your story?
I used to be a courser. I was tracking...
Really?
I rejected the...
I'd like to help you all. Is there anything I can do?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about contributing, well, we've got a situation I need someone to look into. You've had some experience traveling around the island, so you may be decently equipped to handle it.
What's the problem?
We were expecting a new synth to arrive, and he should have been here by now. There's been no sign of him, and I'm concerned that he might have become lost on the way here.
You have any leads on where he might be?
You should start by talking to Brooks in Far Harbor. He's one of us, a synth. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started on the journey here. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without proof that you're working for me. If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is L792. That should convince him. That's as much help as I can give you for now. Please, hurry. If that synth is out there alone, he won't last long.
Alright, I'll help him. And we should probably go make sure that the daughter is okay as well. Because you never know. This place looks empty. Oh, there's someone in there. How do I get over to you? Ah, here we go. Gourds.
Hey. Sounds like you got the all clear. So what's your story?
Why do you care?
I suppose I don't really. Just not too many visitors lately. That new girl and now you. That Kasumi's a good enough kid, I suppose. Little confused, maybe. But then, aren't we all? Not that anyone's asking, but I'll tell you. It all gets easier to deal with when you realize none of it matters. What you are, where you came from, let go of all that, and life gets simple.
Is there anything you care about?
I mean, staying alive is preferable to not.
True.
Beyond that, what's the point of caring? Anyway, lately I've taken to amusing myself with trading. Don't have much to work with, but I'm always happy to make a good deal. Let me know if you need something. I probably won't have it, but let me know anyway.
Great.
Anything interesting you can tell me about Acadia?
God, no. Have you looked around this place? Death by boredom is a legitimate concern. So, come on. You want to do a little trading?
So, what's your story?
Me? No story here. Not one that matters, anyway. Like I said, it's not worth holding on to. Nice of you to ask, though.
Oh, hello.
Excuse me.
Need something?
Yes.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Now we're talking.
Bethesda always has their NPCs, vendors always say, need something? It's like their signature. They always say, need something? I like the NPCs in this place. They're all cool. If only every city and settlement
Acadia
got
may not look
this
like
much
from the outside,
detail, it would be nice.
but it's all some of us have got. It certainly wasn't what I was expecting, but it means there's hope, right?
Were you disappointed with what you found?
I mean, look, I don't want to sound ungrateful. If it weren't for Acadia and for DiMA, I'd probably be dead. I guess I was just hoping for more somehow. When I first escaped, I had no idea what to do with myself. I was so lost, so scared. But I heard rumors of Chase and what she was doing, that she was bringing people to a safe place. A place just for us. And now here I am. For all it's worth.
So now you're here. What comes next?
I don't know. I really don't. I've just gotta keep telling myself I'm better off here than dead.
Cog's voice actor is the same as Adam Jensen? Really?
Did you need
That's
something?
cool. He didn't do his I never asked for this voice.
Excuse me.
New guy, right? Look, I'm not anybody worth talking to. My head is killing me. Now's not a good time.
What's wrong?
We're doing this anyway? Even after saying I don't want to talk? God. You try having somebody botch a mind wipe on you and see how it feels. Then get back to me, okay?
What do you mean, mind wipe?
Oh, for fuck's sake. You're a synth on the run. You go to someone, you get a new face, and they wipe your mind so the Institute can't find you. Only somebody screwed mine up. So here I am. Now just, please, leave me alone.
Okay. She's grumpy. Apparently they didn't wipe out her rude sensors.
Ugh, circuitry is completely fried.
Kasumi Nakano?
Sorry, I'm right in the middle of something.
What's that you're working on?
Just trying to cobble some pre-war junk into something usable. Now, do you mind telling me what you're doing here?
I'm a detective. I was hired to find you.
You're a what? You came all this way...
Detective Dan.
For me? Look, my mom and dad... I mean, those people that were taking care of me, they wouldn't want me back. Not if they knew the truth.
What do you mean?
I'm not their daughter. I'm a synth. I thought if I just left, it would be easier for them. How would that conversation have gone anyway? I've been lying to you this whole time? Your real daughter is dead and I replaced her?
Thank you, baby.
Do you have any proof that you're actually a synth?
Little things. Dreams of waking up in a lab.
Do you dream of
I can't
electric
remember
sheep?
from when I was a kid. Not to mention how I never quite fit in back at home.
Kasumi, I think you're just confused. Everyone has doubts about who they are sometimes. It's part of life.
I really wish that was true. If I wasn't a synth, things would be so much simpler. Acadia isn't what I thought it was. There's more going on here than just the refuge. But I can't leave until I've gotten to the bottom of it. I've been running long enough.
What kind of problem is there in Acadia?
It's a long story. I just have to figure out how to... Wait, you find things. Track down answers.
Yes.
That's what you do, right?
I do quests.
That's why you came after me. What if I told you that there's a secret? A big secret here, on this island. Something way more important than just one lost girl.
Is there loot?
What are you talking about?
Where to begin? You saw all those computers that DiMA's hooked up to, right? They hold his memories, or offload data from his brain. Or maybe some combination of both? Well, Faraday asked me to help do some repairs on them, and, you know, I got curious. There's like a century's worth of life experiences in there. And that's when I see it. Data models DiMA has been making. One was the fog taking over Far Harbor. Another was a nuclear detonation on the island. Plus, death counts. What if DiMA is so open and welcoming because he's actually hiding something from us? A plan to wipe out the rest of the island.
You don't trust DiMA? After you came all this way for him?
I didn't come to Acadia for him. I came here because this place offered answers. And now that I found a place I belong, I'd rather not lose it all if DiMA is secretly planning to destroy everything.
I'll help if I can, but that's not much to go on.
I know. I've been working on that, but I haven't had much luck. I keep seeing DiMA, Faraday, and Chase head into the laboratory at the other end of the hall. Then they come out later looking like they've been arguing. There's actually a storage space right next to there. It'd be a perfect spot to hide and eavesdrop, but it's been locked up. I've also tried breaking into Faraday's terminal, since he and DiMA are so close, but the security on it is crazy.
This'll be easier if I just talk to DiMA. Convince him that he needs to be honest with us.
All right. Good luck. Let me know what you find out.
That's kind of sus.
Look alive.
I'm all... What? Oh, sorry. Just got my head full of what DiMA was talking about. It's a bit of a shock. What do you think he is, really? Family?
Before I answer, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll keep. Don't worry. I just need to figure this all out.
Honestly, I don't know what to think, Nick.
Yeah. Guess that makes two of us. I spent a long time wondering if the Institute had made any other prototypes. If I was just a failure, or they gave up, or just plain got bored. I always thought I was just more of their discarded trash. Never thought of the possibility that someone wanted me out. Helped me escape. There's got to be some kind of proof out there. What really happened between me and DiMA? I'd appreciate it if we could keep an eye out.
What kind of proof would we be looking for?
I don't know. But our best bet is to keep looking into DiMA and Acadia.
Of course, Nick. We'll find something.
Thanks. I know we don't have much to go on. Just keep me in mind if you find something that might give us some answers.
We could do a DNA test. Actually, no, that wouldn't do much, would it? We could... Oh, we could talk to Mari. He could do one of those tests. Oh, that won't work either. You are not the brother. Or you are the brother.
Hey, DiMA.
Is there anything I can do?
Creepy chair.
Kasumi says she's seen parts of your memories. Death projections. For Far Harbor and the center of the island.
That's unfortunate. She should be focusing on herself, her new life. She shouldn't have to bear the burden of the outside world. Please, this is a matter best left to me and my advisors. We aren't planning to destroy the island. Those projections were merely to help us realize the cost of inaction.
Just a handy reference, huh? Expect us to just take your word on it?
What are you talking about? What are you planning?
That's my responsibility to bear. I'd ask that you not trouble yourself with it.
If this thing involves the whole island, then you need help. I can be your problem solver if you let me in.
I suppose there's something to be said about refusing help, even when it's offered and you're in need. There's a conflict that's been brewing on this island, shortly after we built Acadia, between Far Harbor and the Children of Atom.
Simply put, they want to kill each other. and each side wants us to help them.
We've tried to stay neutral, but Far Harbor was going to be wiped out by the fog, so that's when we built the condensers for them.
And I was friends with the previous leader of the Children of Adam, Confessor Martin. I even gave them their headquarters, the submarine base they named the Nucleus.
Which was a mistake, because Martin is gone and the new confessor, Tectus, is completely insane.
He's been threatening us, to force us to choose a side. I left behind something very important in that submarine base I gave them.
DiMA's earliest memories are stored in the military computer banks in that base. The pre-war security systems and Confessor Martin's goodwill were supposed to keep them safe.
But now Tectus is in charge, and he's after DiMA's memories. We don't even know what's in them.
But we do know that I spent nearly a century on this island alone. Whatever's in there is too dangerous to allow Tectus to get his hands on them.
You left your memories behind? How does that work?
As a prototype synth, my raw data capacity is limited. I began using computer banks to expand, to give me room to ponder, see new things. I had to leave some of my earliest memories behind when I left the sub-base to the Children of Adam. I thought they were safe.
The Children of Adam on this island. You were helping them?
Yes. I know their faith in radiation as a type of god is a bit different. But who am I to judge? I was using a submarine base as a home when Martin and his followers stumbled inside. They had been cast out of Far Harbor for their beliefs. When I left to found Acadia, I knew the base would be in safe hands. They needed a home, a place to belong, just like I did. But now Martin is gone, and his successor, Tectus, wants to finally end the feud with Far Harbor by letting the fog swallow them.
You're keeping Far Harbor safe, is that it?
Not exactly. They're fiercely independent. But the fog was starting to choke more and more of the island. So I proposed a trade. We would give them the technology to keep the fog at bay, in return for them being a lifeline to the outside world, a safe dock, and a place to buy supplies. Unfortunately, the Children of Adam view the radioactive fog as a holy portent, and their bloodied history with Far Harbor puts us at odds.
So what can I do to help?
If you're willing to retrieve what I've lost and bring my memories back to me, then we'd all be one step closer to solving this conflict without bloodshed.
You'll have to get through the Children of Adam's base. You're new on the island, so you might be able to pose as a recruit.
Then, once you get to the memory banks, you'll have to use a special program DiMA and I have been working on to break through the security systems.
It's not going to be like a normal hack. You'll be breaking through a version of my own mental network. It'll consider you to be an intruder. I've loaded the program with some instructions I've recorded that will help guide you through it. I'm afraid it's difficult to explain without seeing it for yourself.
What if I just kill all the Children of Adam? Problem solved. And then I get to pew pew and dragons go, yay, explosions! We like explosions.
So how does this program work?
There will be a fairly ordinary looking terminal with some attachments. The program will give you access to the terminal. Once you attempt to obtain a memory, your perspective might shift a little. Just relax then. The program will explain things to you as you need them.
I'm gonna replace all your memories with pictures of cats. Meow.
Well, I suppose that would certainly make remembering some of my darker hours more fuzzy. In all seriousness, good luck. I understand the risks you're taking on our behalf. It's in all our best interest that you succeed. One more thing before you leave. Whatever you do, don't assault the children of Adam directly. Our ultimate goal must be to bring peace. If you attack them, they'll consider themselves at war with the outside world.
If we find anything suspicious in those memories of yours, we'll be back. Count on it.
Let's go talk to Kasumi now. Boop. 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 Kasumi!
Turns out DiMA's earliest memories are in the hands of the children of Adam. He's afraid of what they're gonna find.
So, is that what those death projections were about? It wasn't DiMA planning to destroy the island. He's worried the children of Adam will. Or is he still hiding something? What could be in those memories that he would leave them behind? Is there really something in them that's dangerous? Do you have a way in? Into his memories? Assuming you can get past the children of Adam, of course.
It's probably his memories of playing the most recent Battlefield game.
About the children of Adam, what do you know about them?
Well, I heard about them a little bit back in the Commonwealth. Radiation worship, something like that. I wasn't in Far Harbor long, but there's a lot of hatred for them there. I overheard someone talking about killing a child of Adam missionary. I can see why DiMA would be worried. We just need to make sure we know he's not up to something else.
I got this program that Faraday and DiMA wrote. It's supposed to help me access the memory banks.
Really? How would that work? When I was taking a peek in the computers he has here, DiMA was hooked up to his chair. I was just tapping into it. I wonder if you'll need to, connect to the old banks the way he does? Some kind of connection between your head and the computer. Oh, but that's it. And then Faraday's program would be translating DiMA's thoughts and data, helping you through any security guarding it. I'm sorry, I'm making assumptions. It's just, well, it's a little exciting, isn't it? You'll let me know what you find? I'll keep an eye on things here.
So, say I get the memories. What then?
If it's something that would really threaten the island, then it's better out of the hands of the children of Adam. Or Far Harbor, even. And if DiMA really can't be trusted, we'll have his own memories to confront him with.
I'll get DiMA's memories, and then we'll figure things out from there.
Good luck.
Sounds fair. So close, now level up. Alright guys, I gotta run the bathroom real fast. Be right back in just a minute, and then we'll go figure out what the hell is going on. Figure out what the hell is happening in this place. Alright, everybody, welcome back. We got lots of quests to do now. There's quests all over the island. Storage devices, talk to Brooks. Best left forgotten. Well, where is their submarine? It is over there. Well, let's see. Let's mark all of our quests and figure out. Which ones we're gonna do? Storage devices right down there. Talk to Brooks. Power tools. Quite a few quests to do. Let's just figure out where we're going. There's a lot.
No way I could pick this.
Storage room notice. This room is for the general goods storage, not free for all. I'm not working with much to begin with, so quit taking things. You need to get in here, come to the store. I'm gonna say no, but you can ask all you want. Cog. Well, let's go up. Mattress. Cartridge. Alright, let's go upstairs. I played this DLC once when it released, but it was so long ago, I don't really remember too much about it. I remember bits and pieces of it. It's nice when you wait long enough for a game, you can almost experience it again for the first time. As you get older, it gets harder to remember stuff as well, so you remember less and less details. Let's see. Anyone up here? Aluminum. Any beds? So sparkly out there. Well, we do need to... Alright, I think we'll head down this way and try to go to the campground. And then we'll try to get the power tools, then we'll go back. So, straight ahead, then left. I need to find what's-his-face, his cabin. Longfellow's cabin, there. I need to go there first and drop stuff off. I have so many things I have to get rid of. Because Nick is full, dog meat's full, chat's full. Yeah, we beat the main story last night. We sided with Brotherhood of Steel. But the railroad is still friendly to us. We managed to skip that quest to kill them. So we're part of two factions now, and the Minutemen. I'm not full, I just started eating. No, I meant you're full of crap. The number of times that I have asked chat for help, and they give me answers, and then those answers are complete bullshit, is more than 5. More than 5. Alright, so we get one more settlement on this island over here. So let's go set her up over there. Looks like more of this way. I think it's on that little island right over there. This place is really draining my rads. Like, it's bad. I think there's a little bridge right here we can cross. Ooh, that moon's beautiful in Fahaba. Does a good job at lighting up the night sky. It's so beautiful out here. That night sky is gorgeous. With that moon shining, lighting everything up. Longfellow's cabin. What a piece of shit. Alright, let's drop off all of our junk. I don't think I need the striker anymore. It's a fun weapon, but it's just too damn heavy. It's 25 pounds on its own. That is insane. And let's drop off all this meat. Melon flour, cakes, crisp blood, cherry bib, refresh, vodka, Milo jerky. Currently not using that ammo, so I guess we can get rid of that for now. It's a nice little cabin, but she's a fixer-upper for sure.
Hey there.
We heading out?
Got everything you need?
Well, I've got my gun, my drink, and my wits. That's all I've ever needed. Time to get moving, then?
That's right. Let's get going.
After you, then.
You sure you two are gonna be all right out there?
Quit your worrying, middleman. We'll be fine.
Longfellow's cabin. Okay, Nick, come back. I was just kidding. We're not doing him.
Nick.
Time to hit the road?
Well,
Not now.
Well, I'll be around if you change your mind.
Longfellow may have a perk, though. I haven't used Longfellow before.
Look alive.
Hmm? What's on your mind?
Your thoughts?
Don't know what's more sore, my back or my feet.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Right then.
Well, let me take some ammo and
No
stuff.
such thing as junk, as far as I'm concerned. Everything's got a use.
Right. Sure, that's true. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. That's his house? Well, he let me have control over it. So now it's my house. We could really use some settlers here, though. Nick, mind setting up a supply line to Starlight Drive-In? Just until I can build a couple of nice things. Hold on. Here. Build that.
Call me charmer.
And that. So I can hopefully. We don't have enough.
They're free to go. Call me charmer.
Nick, how about you be in charge of the city?
Done and done.
Good job, Nick. Let's build a city. We need a base of operations. Boom. Thanks for the sub. You're welcome. Now I have moved into town. Or probably a little shanty town. What I had, we used Sim Settlements 2 to have them have the settlers here build their own settlements. So that way I don't have to. Now they're working on building everything. So I don't have to. Because I will need a base of operations for crafting and repairing and sleeping and making new weapons and fixing stuff. He owns that bed, but this is a... Should be a safe house bed, sir. Where do they move the crafting stations? Are they in here? Yeah, there's weapons, there's power armor. Oop, this room could really use a light. Very tiny. Yes, his property is now going to be a little shanty town. That's his fault for giving me control over his little settlement. He never should have. Where do they move this city planner's desk?
Whiskey's running low. Better find some more, and soon.
Set up themes, local settings. Settlement theme. Pre-war ruined military wood. Scavenge junk. Canvas tint. Lore friendly. Bright colors. Do lore friendly. Actually, nautical. Ooh, that would work. Make it nautical themed. Okay, all of this crap's gotta go. I don't know why that's still there. It's very messy. I need to have a bed so I can sleep in. Alright, let's go do that. I know, you let someone use your house and then they end up staying forever and then they end up changing your aesthetic, throwing away all your stuff, moving themselves in. It's kind of like real life. Destroying all his shit. Okay, I need to cook. Did they set up a caravan place? Because we need that to tap in all my meat. Oh, it should be fine. Three, 4, 5. Cooked angler, cooked soft shell. Gulper slurry. Turn invisible for 15 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Really? Huh. Well, interesting. Okay, now we need to eat and drink. Oh, let me make a... No, we're good. Let's go ahead and eat and drink. Use a couple of... Purified water. Deathclaw jerky. Perfect. I also need to take a rat away. Very irradiated from all that fog. Alright, let's head out back into the fog. Uh-oh. Ah, it's fine. He shouldn't have an inventory. It was all on Valentine. With this mod pack, you level quite slowly. So we are still not super leveled up yet.
There's someone right here.
Where? I'm not seeing it. Oh, yeah, I see him.
Quite a bit of exercise, huh?
Got him. Easy. That's why I'm in charge, 'cause I'm a pro. Alright, there should be a campground up here with a bunch of ferals that killed somebody. Let's try to find a way up there. Do I have a new level? Oh, I did level up. Let's do... a level 1 hacker. We'll need to be able to probably hack a few things. So we'll grab that one. Alright, that campground should be up here. I want to do a playthrough of Fallout 76 again before the new expansion comes out later in September. We'll be playing some of that. I really like 76. It's a fun game.
There we go.
National Park Campground. Should be ferals in here. He was taking a dump. '76 has gotten a lot better. It's actually quite fun now. They even added NPCs and quests and stuff. And locked down most of the crippling bugs. I mean, it's not bug-free, but it's much, much better. Wow, we killed the ferals that were there for them. Anything over here? Hi, chickens. Chicken nest. Frag grenade. Tent. It's like they died while camping. I know, the game now is what it should have been at launch, which is NPCs, quests, you know, that kind of stuff. And then lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of events and stuff that happen all the time. Well... Wait, power armor? Did my power armor teleport here? Let's go grab the power tools that are apparently over there and then come back. A hotel. Thank you, sweetie. You can meet the dog. That's something earlier today. Oh, it might be one of the boathouse. Actually, never mind. I can use my old one. If you could add guns in a game, what game would it be? Probably no games, because people should try to learn to solve their problems peacefully, more than resorting to violence. But that's just me. Vacuum tube, purified water.
Guess we got no choice.
Whoop, I fell in a hole. What a lovely door.
Thought this would be easy, did you?
There's so many ferals out here.
Time to stop for a drink, yeah?
I applaud that. Dan, weren't you reveling and dismembering people with bowling balls 2 hours ago? This isn't about me, okay? I didn't take pleasure in that. I didn't enjoy it. I just had to do it because the game said there was a quest. You have to dismember the Pharaoh Ghoul with a bowling ball. And I was just doing a quest.
Someone there.
I'm basically doing a pacifist run, just doing quests. What are pharaohs doing? I don't know. I screamed as you were going down. Oh, I'll save it for later. Okay. Oh, hello, Pharaoh. Where are they?
I'll be drinking a toast to your Fresh.
Are you shirtless? What the?
Who's got company? Bleed! Bleed and die!
No, and no. Freaking pharaohs, man. I mean, freaking ghoul. No! Super mutants. My god, my brain. My brain's like... Anyone have a stim pack for me? I could use a stim pack.
Anything good?
Feeling good. I mean, not terrible, but stupid super mutants doing stupid super mutant things. Typewriter.
Into the breach we go!
What more? Oh god! Oh! What the fuck? Son of a bitch! That nightkin appeared out of nowhere and fucked my shit up. Where is it? Careful. Look for distortions. It could be anywhere. I don't know where. I think this mod pack has a couple of weapon mods. I don't know what they are. I didn't hand choose these mods. The mod pack trader does pick most of them.
Everything's got a use.
Radex, that's good for this environment. Okay, I don't know where that dude is.
Something there. Time to die.
Where?
All right, quit your hiding.
Oh my god! Jeez! Son of a bitch! Woo, I'm gonna get the heavy caliber. He is tough. I'm going to unload into him quicker. Oh, we are kind of low in health, aren't we?
What's that? Gonna find
Can't find you.
Someone there?
Gotcha! Nightkin Hunter.
We've got company.
Do you have a friend?
Do it! Scream! Scream for mercy!
Ah, the old two-tap. Good.
Anything
Make him
good?
bend over and then shoot him in the head. Bam, bam. What's in here? I John Wicked him.
That sound was in
Oh no! No! Shit! Oh my god! Oh. Jeez. Okay. This is all fine. Everything's great. Okay, these super mutants are scary. Very scary. National Park headquarters. Okay. I'm gonna go left and go over there. Could have gone way worse. Wasn't that bad. We're at least alive. It's amazing how many creatures there are every couple of feet in this place. See a fish? Anything of note around here? No. Alright, let's make a hard backup save just in case. Let's get over and get those power tools. Sorry, albino. Brad, whatever Davis. Okay, that factory should be right up here. Caution, falling rocks. Thanks for the warning. I know those SCOM odds couldn't hit that freaking giant head right there. Should be some power tools in this factory. East Cove Tan. Oh. Yeah, I'm used to y'all pretending like you're dead and then you're not.
Find a bit of exercise, man.
Wonder why they sleep on the ground like zombies. It kind of doesn't help the whole stereotype that they're all zombies.
Don't think I can pick this.
If they're acting like zombies. They like lie on the ground and sleep, and it's like, oh. Little less. Little less. Is this Far Harbor? Yes, it's Fahaba. The DLC pack for Fallout 4. Probably the best content in Fallout 4 as a whole. It's up there with the Silver Shroud quest line. It's very good writing. Okay. Fallout 4 had a slew of DLC. Most of them were just little add-ons to the workshop that no one ever uses because they weren't very good. Uh-oh. What's that sound? Oh, I can't get in there.
A bit of exercise, huh?
Yeah, they dead now. Leather, money, compensated combat shotgun, screw, ghoul meat, wonder glue. The Mechanist DLC was pretty good. The only problem with it was it was very short. The quest line was extremely short. But building robots was cool. Nuka-Cola World was, I think, everyone's least favorite story DLC. It was genuinely not liked very well. Especially if you were a good character.
That could come in handy.
If you were a good character, you don't side with the raiders. It's just like a killing spree, and then you're done. The building the vault DLC was cool. The pieces were cool. The quest line was disappointingly short, though. It was like over real fast. I think they only have 3 experiments to do in the vault tech thing. Wonder glue. Take that.
Eyes open, something stuck.
Just making sure. Oh. Should be power tools in here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Take that, buddy. Tannery key. Been saving that crit for something. Power tools. Nice. Oh, he was trying to write a note when he died. A shipment of rubber. Ooh, we can start making those suits I've wanted to make. Hide bundle. Hide bundle. I'll take those. Scissors, light bulb. Far Harbor has quite a bit of content. If you do all the side quests and explore all the locations, it's pretty decent size. Hello. Machete Mike.
Hey.
Hold up! I've been casing those ghouls for weeks, waiting for an opening. And you dive in and choppy chop, bang bang, and the whole lot of them dead. You even know what you got right there? A premium set of Pellman's power tools.
What's the big deal about these tools?
Pellman's pumps out more foot-pounds of torque than a death-clawed psycho. And before Paulie ran off, he kept those tools shiny. Nothing like them on this island. Period.
I remember commercials for Pellman's tools. Expensive stuff, the top of the line.
What the hell's a commercial? Wait, it don't matter. Oh, Mariner sent you,
Ads.
didn't she? Goddamn Mitch and his big mouth. No matter what she's offering, it's nothing. Serious builders would give an arm for them tools. I'll pay you 2,000 caps right here.
What?
Right now. Deal?
Why do you need the tools so much?
I got my own special projects. For the caps I'm paying, that's all you need to know.
Tools in a condition like this, they're positively unique. Maybe I should auction them off someplace.
$27.50. Say yes now before I change my mind.
I'll pass on the offer.
I ain't hanging around forever. Walk away from this, and you'll regret it.
Well, I'm not greedy, but 2,000 caps is 2,000 caps. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
In the face. That's some big money. I don't have anything to spend it on, though. I need to help the people. It's more important. I'm curious what the hell he wants them for. It's awfully weird to just be hanging out here and just decide that you want to. I don't know. It's very weird. Let's go back to Fahaba. Or never mind. Apparently there's enemies nearby.
My offer for them tools won't stay open forever.
All right, quit your hiding. Take this. That was refreshing.
Why not kill him? I don't know. I feel like he's gonna do something crazy with them, but I don't know what. He's got a machete, which is sus. Very sus. Everyone always talks about how good Far Harbor is, but what about Near Harbor? Oh, dear God. Thank you, Askurian, for the resub of 55 months. Heminis with the 88-month resub, it says Dan Comfy. Chauvin for 13 months. Swellen with the 30-month resub, it says, love the content, legend deserves a sub. Well, thank you, Swellen. DBZ Gamer, thank you for the 64-month resub. Bell was AFK with 3-month resub. True Viking. The Way 19, thank you for the resub as well. Mr. Sniper Phil, thank you as well.
I'm sorry. With ordnance like that, no wonder you wiped out those crabs.
I need to talk to you about our missing synth.
Yeah? Well, it's not something I talk about with outsiders.
I have my hands full helping.
So you can either buy something or move along.
I don't understand how there can't be a single law officer available.
I'll repeat. There are no police in Far Harbor.
I'm working with Chase. She told me that your designation is L792.
Okay, I believe you. Keep it down, all right? It's real private information. I know the synth you're talking about. He's a younger guy. Maybe early 20s with white hair. Goes by the name Derek.
Derek.
Yes. He showed up way earlier than he was supposed to. Thought a courser was on his tail, so he rushed the timetable. To be honest, the guy was a wreck. He was scared shitless, looking over his shoulder every 5 minutes and attracting unwanted attention. Tried to calm him down, but he panicked and ran off into the fog. That was the last I saw of him.
Can you tell me anything else? I'm gonna need more information than that if I'm gonna find this synth.
I wish I had more to give you. He disappeared into the fog, and I haven't seen him since.
You let him run off alone?
What the hell was I supposed to do? I'm on my own here. Look, if you're really going after that synth, I'm pretty sure he took the road south out of town. Maybe you could head that way. Just be careful out there. And thanks. There aren't many who'd go out in the fog to help a synth, especially one they don't even know. I feel like shit about what happened. I really do. I hope you can make it right.
I'll be damned if I give up on taking back my land.
Ma'am, it's not the time.
Mariner.
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
Here are your tools.
A fair bit of luck running into you. Here's your reward. Well earned. And now to work on the hull.
Thank you.
Hey, Mariner.
All manner of good I can do with those tools.
Guns, and Lord,
What are you gonna do with those tools, I wonder? It's kinda sus.
What the hell is a synth anyway?
It's time to settle accounts. You hear me, Island? My friend here's gonna even things up.
What?
I wiped out the feral ghouls at the campground.
The hero of our saga returns triumphant. I bet the island didn't see that coming. It's only right you get paid for your troubles. Here's 200 caps for you.
Ma'am, please.
I think I deserve more than that.
I suppose I could part with a little more. Here's another 100 caps. I've been thinking about what's next, and then it came to me. We all love our grandparents, don't we?
Yeah.
Kind, gentle, doting, love to spoil you. You'd never want something awful to happen to them. Nobody would.
No.
That's why it broke my heart when I lost Grandpa George.
Thank you, Sister Cycle, Trazix, and Pivot Mike for the resubs. Trazix says, Happy 4th, Dan and chat. Well, thank you.
What happened to him?
He had a farm, little ways north of here. Lived a peaceful life, working the land and not causing anyone trouble. The island sent something after him. A huge monster, mean as spit and with claws to snap steel beams. A fog crawler. Grandpa
A fog
bravely
crawler.
stood his ground. A shotgun in his hands, holding off that terror while the farmhands fled back here. If you can take out that shell-backed devil, it'll send a message loud and clear that says the Daltons never forget when they've been wronged.
Where can I find this farm?
Follow the coastline to the north.
That fog crawler's gonna pay. For Grandpa George.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
For Grandpa George.
specimen. Despite our friendly town doing its best to chase you out, you keep helping us ingrates all the same. I got to ask, why do you keep at it?
Okay, 1, hashtag content. Chat likes to see the quest. 2, XP. Lots of XP. 3, lots of caps, and then squeezing more caps out of people. And 4, I'm bored. I got nothing better to do.
You're good people in some dire straits. Figured you could use a hand.
Huh? You running for office? Well, if that's the truth, we don't deserve you.
Just mind you don't let them take advantage of you.
Most folk here are set in their ways, yes? It makes no difference how hard you try to get in good with them. Heck, it took my family 3 generations before the Daltons would sell us a heel of bread. But there's a way. A downright insane way, mind you. That you can turn even the most stubborn fool around.
Why are some harbormen so hostile to outsiders?
Most of the folk on this rock believe they've been given the God-given right to walk here. The way I figure it, if you got the moxie to survive, you earned your place.
Is that a Pip-Boy? I've heard about those.
You are a curious specimen. Despite our friendly town doing its best to chase you out, you keep helping us ingrates all the same. I got to ask, why do you keep at it?
I help mainly for the caps.
Huh? What was that? Oh, caps, huh? Make some money and help at the same time. Respectable.
That's all the reason you need.
Most folk here are set in their ways, yes? It makes no difference how hard you try to
Need
get
those
in good
caps.
with them. Heck, it took my family 3 generations before the Daltons would sell us a heel of bread. But there's a way, a downright insane way, mind you, that you can turn even the most stubborn fool around.
I'd love to change their opinion of me.
Do it right, and all mainlanders might get treated better. In olden times, leaders were chosen by something called the Captain's Dance.
The what?
Legends say the toughest, meanest, and outright craziest hopefuls would chum the waters and lure out the worst the island could throw at them. Once the would-be captain killed the Mirelurk Queen, or Fog Crawler, or what have you, they'd invite the whole island to feast off the bounty. You do this, well, you won't be made captain, but you'll earn respect. Everyone's respect.
So if we throw this dance, it'll really change their minds?
The dance hasn't been done in living memory. Some people think their tradition is dead, but its history is so deep in this island. You do it, and it'll turn heads for certain.
Why are you helping me?
My job is to heal people, and not just from the physical type of injuries. The island's in trouble like it's never been, and you might, just might, be the medicine we desperately need.
Well, I would like, every time you say dance, chat types dance, so I like that.
I'm ready to become a legend then.
You what? You crack me up. There's an old Mirelurk feasting grounds by Emmett's Causeway, a treacherous stretch along the coast. Go there and throw any kind of meat you got into the water. All that blood and viscera will be sure to attract attention. And then wait. I'll make sure there's a witness or two. Prove to the rest of these clods you belong.
Well, this sounds like I'll need to grab me a fat man, though.
Need to drown your troubles? Talk to Mitch at the last plank.
I have to grab a fat man just to be sure. I'll be right back in a second. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go ahead and save. Let me go grab my funsies. I'll be back with my helpful tools for dealing with Mirelurk Queens. I'm a doctor sending you on a suicide mission. Good luck. Yes, I have a boat. Because that's what this channel is all about. Daniel boy, thank you for the 5-month resub. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. 10-month resub, sorry. I'm gonna grab a fat man and my power armor. Oh my god, what the fuck? Well, he's not hostile, thankfully. Just chilling there, I guess. That's cool. He's just chilling there being nice, I guess. Well, when you use public transportation, you never know, like, who will be on there. Death claws, Pharaoh ghouls. You gotta take what you can get. Are clips turned off? Let me see. Me? Nope, they're on. Might just be aired out. Sometimes it usually goes. They're turned on. Sometimes just it bugs out. All right, let's go grab our power armor and our fat man.
Nothing to fear.
Just in case, because we need some heavy artillery for some of those guys. All right, Fat Man and mini nukes, and then I'll definitely need some fusion cores if I'm gonna have some power armor with me. Only 50% or higher, please.
You keep carrying that load, you're gonna have back problems down the line. Maybe you should let me help.
How about you mind your own beeswax, sir? This is the drive-in settlement. I just built a warehouse right in front of the little shack. So I got me the fat man. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is weird sometimes. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. The clips are definitely on. Hi there. Just gonna go ahead and go back to Faha. It'd be nice if you could skip this animation. It's a long boat ride. Bye, Deathclaw friend. Why did the cow join the band? To be a musician. And we're done. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.